Hello guys, it's Sandra from Inspired Keys and I am here as usual to help you become a skillful and confident worship keyboardist to serve God. And today I wanted to just jump on real quick to share about the few things that I learned from serving at church just 2 days ago. Well, it's Tuesday, the 17th of July here in Melbourne, Australia. So as usual, what I do is I collect a list of things that I have learned. Sometimes I really just type that in through the day as it unfolds on Sunday. And then I just put it in here because I think it's really important to reflect every time. And when we do reflect and we think about what we can improve on, we do steadily become better worship keyboardists. So I would love to have you stay on here. I see Jay Paul saying, hi, greeting from India. Hello, Jay. It is awesome to have you. Now, what I do want to let everybody know is that tomorrow, 18th of July at exactly about less than 24 hours, I will be doing a members only live Q&A. And what that means is if you're an Inspired Keys Academy member, you can ask me questions on worship keys and I will be jumping on to answer your questions. So if you want that, then you can join the Inspired Keys Academy. Just go on to inspiredkeys.com/join and use the discount code $trial. And you can try the Academy for 2 weeks for just $1. And this is a limited time discount. So I do hope you will jump on. And hello, someone's from Taiwan. Now, I really hope I don't get your name wrong. Rong Da Huo. Mu Huo. Sorry, as you can see, my Mandarin is just really bad. But hello, and it's great having everybody. As you notice, it's a little bit different today. I'm not clad in like 10 layers and I don't have my beanie on. And that's because it's actually nice and warm. Just going to show you real quick outside if you can see it. Well, not the clearest picture there, but I do see some bright sunshine, which is a welcome change because I'm so tired of looking the same every time in front of this laptop camera. So I'm going to jump right in. And basically, this is a pretty different okay, well, I was band leading and playing on piano, which I didn't actually always play piano. Yesterday, I uploaded a video on this YouTube channel called Entire Church Service Keys Cam. And so you can watch that video to see exactly what I played from the very, very start to the very, very end of the whole time I was standing on stage. You'll see exactly what keys I used, what instruments I used, and everything was using Sunday Keys main stage template. So because it was my third time serving, I actually felt increasingly more comfortable serving. The first 2 times, really, first time I was on synth, so I was just playing a whole lot of pad sounds, and there were a lot of new things to get used to, like which knobs and faders to use and how to set up the main stage patches from the church. So everything was just very unfamiliar to me. And yeah, I hadn't served for more than a year then, so I needed to get adjusted with that. The second time I served piano and band leading, it was just crazy, extremely stressful. I was primarily concerned about calling out the right things into the mic and interpreting hand signs correctly from the worship leader. So I'll confess, I wasn't really able to worship God as I was serving the way I kind of expect myself to do so. And it was just very, very stressful. Like I kind of got out of the thing going like, oh, instead of feeling refreshed, like I used to think I'm the happiest person in the whole church whenever I serve keys. I didn't feel like that way. It was just too many things going on in my brain. And I was just constantly on overdrive, just thinking what needs to happen next. So that was the second time. Now, the third time, which was just 2 days ago, I began to feel a little bit more of the usual sense of joy and euphoria from serving on the keys. And I think I can just attribute that to the fact that I'm starting to get more familiar with the setup. And of course, there are other little things like I'm just getting to know the other band members better because previously we were obviously all strangers. And, you know, it's not a very comfortable thing calling into the microphone to strangers. Like, guys, you don't know me, I don't know you, but let's do the bridge, you know, like it's okay, but it's just not as good as if we were all friends. And so I started to get to know the band better. And so altogether, I was just very thankful for how I started to feel the joy of serving on the keys again. And the familiarity factor really makes everything a little bit better and more comfortable, and I'm really looking forward to the next time I serve. Now, like I'm starting to feel that joy back, so I'm really thankful for that. Now, there are a few things that I really needed to improve on. So, for example, I realized that I really need to do everything I can to prepare on Saturday so that on Sunday morning, I can wake up really fresh and ready to deal with all sorts of things. So there are all kinds of things that can happen on Sunday morning. The fact that everything starts extremely early is already a bit of a test on the system, like whether I can think fast enough. We did have someone in the team who couldn't come because he fell sick. And so instantly things needed to change. Now, thankfully, I did have a special patch that could fill in that role for a little bit, but still there were also some new things that I had to deal with. And even the worship leader as well, he decided to just pick up that instrument and fill in that role. And so I learned something. I learned that you can't really show up on Sunday thinking like comfortably, everything's going to be just like Thursday night rehearsal. Anything can happen, and you just got to be able to think fast. And what happened was I was doing some stuff on Saturday that made me sleep a little bit later than usual than I should, really, because waking up on Sunday morning at 6:30 really requires Saturday preparation, right? That you can't just expect to go out for a movie at night and stuff. So I realized I really needed to improve on that. Like maybe on Saturday, I really needed to prepare to sleep much earlier than I did over the last weekend. So that's just something that I felt I needed to correct. And then the second thing was that So as a result, the second thing I learned was that I arrived church too late, right? So I expected, because I felt like, okay, you know what? I've done this 2 times, bringing my gear to set up. And I felt relatively confident about setting up things quickly. And I felt like I was able to set up in 5 minutes. And what happened was, all sorts of things happen, right? You go to church and then you see someone and then someone needs to talk to you. And actually, there's all kinds of communication that needs to happen on Sunday morning. Sometimes it's, oh, look, we're going to change the order of the service, or we need to do this or that. And as the band leader, I needed to factor in time to talk to people, or people to come and tell me stuff, which I didn't factor in time for. So what I found was that during sound check, like literally we were starting sound check, and what I wouldn't usually expect of myself was that I'm just standing there and I'm ready to go. But no, I was still plugging things in and taking things out of my luggage and plugging in cables, and that just didn't feel so good. I didn't feel like that was being as professional as I ought to be. So something to learn. I really should arrive earlier. I slept in a little bit extra because I did feel tired waking up. So that was just bad. And I needed to just hit myself and go like, nah, don't do that anymore. So something to learn, and something I'm sharing with everybody so that I can keep accountable to you guys. And then something else that I thought I did good was that I prepared breakfast on Saturday night, thinking, okay, I've got breakfast sorted. I packed a little sandwich in my luggage. So I'm like, yay, I have the food. The problem was when I arrived on Sunday morning, I was so late that I just didn't have time to eat. And there was also not really much time to eat as well. It's not like you have a lot of free time standing around chatting or eating. So I realized that even if you pack the food, you may not have time to eat it. So that was just a little bit silly. Like, I guess it means the takeaway is, even if I prepared breakfast, which is a good start, I really need to factor in the time to eat it. I probably really ought to have woken up that 5 minutes earlier. So I have 5 minutes to gobble up the sandwich, right? So I really should probably do that next time. So just stuff that I'm learning as I go, as things unfolded a bit differently than last time, just over the last weekend. And finally, I think just one quick thing was that I really enjoyed playing on my main stage template with Sunday keys. Now, I've always talked about Sunday keys and worship essentials as 2 of my favorite and really the most popular worship templates around the world right now. But I've always been using worship essentials just because I used it before and I've got my settings and I roughly know how it operates, and I know how Sunday Keys operates as well, but I never really tried it in an actual service till last weekend. And it was so much fun. I explored different piano sounds. Now, really, I don't want to steal the thunder from that video that I posted last night. So go watch that entire church service worship keys cam video. But I had tons of fun just exploring different kinds kinds of piano sounds. You know how it's always piano, right? And it's just boring. So when you start having different kinds of piano, and then the best part was within the different kinds of piano, you can change settings even more. So I explored with smash, I explored little bits of delay, shimmer within the piano. You know, normally like shimmer with the pads, but this is shimmer with the piano. There was all kinds of reverb, all kinds of filters. And that was just so fun. It was actually really fun when I was preparing those patches on Saturday afternoon. So I was like, getting very excited for Sunday because I knew the sounds were really cool. I also used some retro bells. I used ambient guitar, which is so cool because I completely sound like an electric guitarist, but it's like I'm just dropping my finger onto the keys as opposed to holding it. That was really fun. And I just had a lot of fun just filling in a lot of empty spaces. We did not have an acoustic guitarist yesterday as well, the weekend. So I needed to fill in some of the mids as well. And I was just thinking, how do I fill in these gaps and try to use the versatility that a keyboard with Mainstage can offer to fill in the roles that were missing, which were namely the acoustic guitarist and the acoustic guitar and the electric guitar parts. So, I mean, we did have a rhythm guitar, but I wanted to fulfill the lead electric guitar part as well. So basically, guys, just give Sunday Keys a try if you have not, because it is mighty fun. And I trust that you're going to have lots of fun like I did. Now, if you are watching this and as an Inspired Keyboardist YouTube channel, audience, you get to enjoy 10% off on the Sunday Keys template, as well as the Worship Essentials templates as well. Information's down below in the description box. And so that's it. I basically just have these things that I took away from. I wanted to just jump on real quick to share this and to keep everybody accountable about what I'm learning. I am constantly learning. There's a lot more to learn, and I am hungry to grow to the next level in my worship keys playing. Now, if you are too, and you'd like some coaching and accountability, or maybe just get feedback for your playing, or maybe you want to jump on with the Inspired Keys Academy members call tomorrow. In less than 24 hours, I'll be jumping on here live and I'll be answering people's questions on worship keys. It could be anything, guys. It could be how do you play this song, or how do you think I should improve in how I'm playing now, or what can I do, or how do I put in fillers, or how do I improvise, or how do I create riffs, how do I play by ear questions. Now, just ask away, and you can join us tomorrow for just $1 for a 2-week trial at inspiredkeys.com/join and use the discount code $trial at checkout. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow during this member call. And also, if you would like to support what I do because the videos I produce have blessed you, you can jump onto patreon.com/inspiredkeys to support me for as low as $1 per video that I share. You can get early access to the videos and also one-on-one worship keys lessons with me. And that's patreon.com, patreon.com/inspiredkeys. Information's also below in the description box. Thank you so much again. I wanted to just read these read these messages. I'm sorry if I killed your name. Jay Paul says, I'm the only keyboardist in my church and we don't have any guitarist or drummer. How can I use Mainstage? Wow. But actually, Mainstage is amazing because that's the whole point, right? Like the whole idea is that Mainstage allows you to have that extra crazy awesome stuff. You can, I guess, I don't know about drum loops and stuff. I haven't actually used drums. I mean, there are always multi-tracks. That's from multitracks.com. But then you can always have an ambient pad going on as a drone. And then you can play on top of that. So it's as if you are 2 keyboardists when you're really just 1. How can I use Mainstage? Of course, I use LaunchKey with Logic Pro at present just for additional instruments, which I think, J. Paul, you are on the right track. And Yamaha PSR 9 S910 for rhythms, which is amazing. And I'm so glad you have that backup keyboard. It's always great to have a backup just in case anything happens to Mainstage. It's softer after all. So I've had my fair share of experiences where it's like 2 minutes to service starting and Mainstage just doesn't work. And I'm just completely deflated when that happens. So it's always great having a standby. Marcos Felipe says, hi, Sandra. Hello from Brazil. Hello to everybody watching from Brazil and everywhere around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you guys. And Ali Mwanza, how are you, Sandra? Oh, Ali, you are so sweet. I am doing well. There's a lot to do. I have a huge list on my to-do list, guys. Like, That's all the boxes to tick. Good fun. And alongside that, just juggling mom duties as well, and trying not to miss too many important moments with my 9.5-month-old baby, and just trying to put everything together. But what I'm doing is, even though there's so much to do, I am claiming God's word out loud. This is something I learned from Pastor Lee True from SIBKL when we were attending there in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And she always tells us, say it out loud, speak out God's word, claim it, affirm it in your life. And so I came up with a list of affirmations where I am actually saying Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I said it in the car as I was driving, and there were obviously a whole long list of Bible verses as well. Jeremiah 29:11, and do not be anxious about anything, and cast all your cares on him because he cares for you. And so, yeah, guys, if you happen to be going through a busy season like me, then go ahead and claim God's word. And with that, I'm actually going to go off now. I'm going to get ready for tomorrow's member call and to prepare some answers for worship key questions. And I'm looking forward, if you're an Inspire Keys Academy member, I'm looking forward to speaking with you tomorrow. If you are not available to join us, leave your questions in our members only discussion, and I will be answering them, but priority will be given to people who join us live. Thanks so much again for watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.